everyone, my name is Kevion Miller. I am a registered dietitian and I'm getting ready to show you my super easy and quick eggless French toast recipe. So to get this recipe started, you want to start with a half a cup of milk. So for this recipe, I am choosing to go with soy milk, but you can use whatever you have on hand. And the really awesome thing that I love about this recipe is you can make French toast at home using regular sandwich bread, right? That's exactly what I have here. I decided to go with whole wheat bread. You can use whatever you have on hand. But, a lot of times we wake up in the morning on the weekends and, we might be in the mood for some French toast. A lot of times French toast calls for the thicker pieces of bread, and let's be honest, we don't always have those special types of breads on hand. You're going to find out with this recipe today you can use regular sandwich bread. So instead of the eggs, we are going to go ahead and mix in a tablespoon of cornstarch. So the cornstarch is going to give that crispy outer layer for the French toast. So you might be thinking, well, why eggless French toast? Well, a couple different reasons. It might just be because, hey, you ran out of eggs. You don't have any eggs in the house, but you're in the mood for some French toast. Or this recipe is also for individuals who have an allergy to eggs, for individuals who just choose to not eat eggs, or maybe they just don't like eggs, because I know some people, they just don't like eggs. So that's what this eggless French toast recipe is for. So as you can see, I'm mixing this around really good. I want to make sure I'm getting the clumps out, which is fairly simple to do when you're using a fork. Okay, I think we're starting to look good here. So mix it around a little bit more. Also, you can see I'm using a shallow pan to kind of mix it around really good. Okay, it is looking pretty good. So what we're going to add in next is cinnamon and ground flaxseed. So it's super important when you're using flaxseed that it's ground. It's ground up like that. That's the cinnamon mixed with the flaxseed. And the reason is because if you were just to have whole flaxseed, you're not going to get any of the benefits of it. You're not going to get the fiber that's in it, and you're not going to get the omega-3s, because when the flaxseed is still whole, it just goes right through our digestive system. So that's no good. We want to make sure we're getting the benefits of it. So I'm going to go ahead and mix all of that in. Smell that good cinnamon. So mix that really well. And then we're going to put our vanilla. Then about a teaspoon of vanilla. So as I'm mixing this, I'm going to go ahead and turn my burner on to about a medium-high heat. Get that hot, and then we're going to add a little bit of oil to the pan. Alright, so while our pan is heating up, here's the trick to doing your eggless French toast. Since we're using the regular sandwich bread, you don't really just want to dip it in the batter. That's going to make it real soggy, and then your French toast isn't going to be any good. So what you actually want to do is have your bread laying on a plate, and then you're going to take like this pastry brush that I have here and dip it in the batter and just brush the edges of it just like how I'm doing. So you just want to get it wet and make sure that you're getting the edges of the bread also, because that'll make sure it's nice and crispy. Alright, then we're going to flip this over, do the same thing on this side. Another thing you can also do, you can sprinkle some more flaxseed right on top of the bread. If you want to boost it up with a little more fiber, add in some more omega-3s, which is also very important for women who are pregnant or breastfeeding. Want to make sure that you're getting enough omega-3s because that helps with the development of your fetus. So I just got a little extra flax here, and I'm going to show you how you can just easily just sprinkle that bad boy on there. And this is optional, you don't have to do this, but if you're just looking to boost your nutrition, then I would recommend it. Okay, great. So our pan is hot. We're going to add 1 teaspoon of oil. I'm just kind of moving the oil around to coat my pan really good. Okay. Let me pause it. So when you place your bread into the pan, you'll see that it's starting to kind of crackle a little. You hear that heat of the oil popping a little bit, which is exactly what you want it to do. So there's another trick to this. To keep the bread from sticking to the pan, you want to take your spatula and just go under it a little, just like how I'm doing. And this won't mess anything up. It's just gonna keep the bread from sticking. Okay? And then we're gonna let that cook no more than about a minute, minute and a half. Smelling really good. Smell all that vanilla and cinnamon. So we're gonna let that cook a little more. So the oil that I decided to use, I went ahead and went with canola oil. Canola oil is a really good source, again, of your omega-3s, which is super important. So you can choose to maybe just use a little butter instead of using the canola oil, but that will change some of the nutritional value of the recipe because that's going to have more saturated fat. Look at that. Nice and golden. Exactly how you want that to look. So as you can see, I'm not putting more oil into the pan. All you need is that 1 teaspoon of oil per slice of bread. It's looking all golden and yummy and delicious. Alright, so while that side is cooking, I'm going to go ahead and start on my second slice of bread. So for this demonstration, I'm using a small non-stick pan. Of course, if you went with a larger pan, you'd be able to fit more slices on at once. Making sure I'm really getting the edges. And I'm going to put a little flax on top. This is so simple, y'all. Doesn't take long at all. And you can freeze these bad boys. So that's even better. If you make a little extra, you freeze them, then you got you a nice homemade breakfast on the go. So our toast should be ready. So you see it's not sticking to the pan. So it's nice and golden. That's looking good enough to me, so I'm going to go ahead and move that over. And then I'm going to start on my second piece. So now you've seen how I've demoed 1 slice of the Eggless French Toast. With my recipe, you can make 6 of these babies. So comment below, and I will talk to you guys later.